It was the kind of cold that never lifts. A stillness so ancient, it could silence time itself. In the endless white stretches of Siberia's Yakutia region, beneath a crust of earth frozen for tens of thousands of years, something extraordinary was sleeping. Hidden beneath ice older than cities, older than pyramids, older than memory, a baby woolly rhinoceros, curled like it had just lain down to rest. The discovery began not with trumpets or headlines, but with the quiet rhythm of thaw. As climate change gnawed at the permafrost, long-buried secrets stirred. Hunters in the Abaisky district weren't looking for history, they were searching for mammoth tusks, ivory that fetches fortunes in black markets. But in the summer of 2020, what emerged from the melting ground would rewrite everything we thought we knew about the Ice Age. The creature was small, the size of a large dog, but impossibly whole. Its skin, tough and wrinkled like old leather, clung to muscle and bone. Ears, nostrils, eyelashes, and fur. Golden brown, woolly strands still clinging to its body, rippling like frozen fire in the Arctic wind. The calf was so perfectly preserved, it looked like it could wake up. Scientists named it Sasha, though its sex was never formally confirmed. It had died young, no more than 3 or 4 months old. But its death, scientists would learn, was violent. Mud filled its mouth and throat. A sudden flood or pitfall, perhaps. In the end, it wasn't time that claimed Sasha. It was the earth, swallowing, freezing, preserving. Sasha wasn't alone. In 2014, hunters had stumbled upon another woolly rhino calf, Yuka, and others followed. But this was different. It wasn't just a fossil. It was a ghost, frozen in the act of living, bearing secrets locked in cells, hair, and marrow. Secrets that pulsed with ancient DNA. At 3:42 a.m. on a frosty October night, the specimen was airlifted by chopper under strict containment. Scientists watched as crates containing a piece of prehistory swung through the sky like some apocalyptic fruit. Inside, Sasha remained untouched, undisturbed for 50,000 years. Longer than any human language, any kingdom, any name. What they found was staggering. Unlike most Ice Age remains, often mangled or stripped by scavengers, Sasha's body was intact. Even its internal organs hinted at preservation. Under infrared scans, lungs and possibly stomach matter appeared. The team from the Yakutia Academy of Sciences stood breathless. They weren't just seeing an animal. They were stepping into a moment. A biological snapshot untouched by time. But then came the real question, could this creature tell us why its kind vanished? Once, woolly rhinoceroses roamed across Europe and northern Asia in vast herds. The cold suited them. Their thick fur, fat layers, and specialized teeth let them thrive in bitter steppes. But about 14,000 years ago, they disappeared. Climate change, overhunting, pathogens, theories swirled. Sasha's body could hold answers. DNA analysis began. Hair samples, teeth, marrow. The results took months. Under microscopes, scientists watched strands of code light up, ancient genetic scaffolding coming back to life. It wasn't just Sasha's life being reconstructed, it was a blueprint of its entire species. And then, something unexpected. Sasha's genome showed no signs of inbreeding or genetic bottlenecks, often precursors to extinction. The population had been healthy, strong, yet something catastrophic still wiped them out. Suddenly, the old theories cracked. Maybe it wasn't a slow decline. Maybe it was abrupt, violent. Maybe they didn't fade, maybe they fell. The implications were profound. If woolly rhinos, adapted to cold, robust in number, could vanish nearly overnight, what did that say about our own species in the face of rapid climate shifts? By January 7, 2021, Sasha's image had circled the globe. News outlets showed the baby rhino's preserved eye socket, its fur, the folds in its flesh. But the real story lay beneath, in the DNA, in the soil, in the chemical whispers still being analyzed by labs from Russia to South Korea. There were discussions, hushed and tentative, about resurrection. Could Sasha's genetic material be used for cloning? Could the woolly rhino, extinct for over 10 millennia, walk again? The same debates that followed the discovery of mammoths echoed here. Scientists cautioned patience. Ethicists raised alarms. But one truth was undeniable: nature had handed humanity a time capsule, perfectly sealed. And yet, in a twist of fate, it was a dying world that gave birth to this revelation. It was only through warming, through destruction, that Sasha was unearthed. The permafrost was bleeding secrets, but at what cost? The tundra, once a fortress of preservation, was now a melting archive. As ancient carcasses surfaced, mammoths, cave lions, steppe bison, so too did ancient viruses, dormant bacteria, and questions that science could barely chase. Sasha the rhino was more than a fossil, more than a curiosity. It was a messenger, emerging at the brink, eyes sealed, mouth open, as if trying to tell us something. A reminder that deep time is never truly past. That every thaw, every shift, might bring not just answers, but warnings. The calf now rests under strict temperature control, studied and protected. Its image, haunting and beautiful, remains etched in the collective mind. Not just because it's old or rare, but because it looks like it could take a breath. In that frozen stillness, in the cradle of the Ice Age, a baby rhino sleeps. Not alive. Not gone. Waiting, for us to understand.